Back with more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is episode 3 of season 7. Very excited as always to carry on. So what's going to happen next now that we're in a brand new time period, which is awesome. Very intrigued to see where they're going to be going. I have a fairly good idea because we do know we're going to be seeing Daniel Souza from Agent Carter in this episode, which I'm so hyped for because I love Enver. If you don't watch any reactions outside of this, I'm reacting to Dollhouse at the minute, and he is just so good in that show. So I can't wait to see him reprise this role. And basically to see everyone get dressed up in this new time period clothing, basically, because they all looked so good last time. They're going to look good this time. I'm excited. Enoch got left behind, which wasn't quite as exciting, but I feel like we haven't seen the end of that with him. There seems to be something wrong with Yo-Yo's powers, and May's, obviously things aren't right with her either, and Fitz is gone, so nothing is right in my heart, so there's that. But either way, I think this season's off to a fantastic start, and I can't wait to see them kind of continue on and see what's going to happen next. So let's get into the next one. Hello. To be fair, if I saw the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming at me, I would scream too.
They've got the brand new 55 Thunderbird. Stop by and take a road by storm.
Thank you, Exposition Radio. Yes! Oh, I love it. I got the t-shirt with the last logo. Oh, hello. It's Cam from Bones.
Our adversary. This is why you are a hunter and Sybil is our predictor.
Oh.
And what do the other...
Oh, okay. Maybe their energy bill was really high last month.
We know Area 51 is a S.H.I.E.L.D. base.
We do?
All the areas are.
Of course it is. It's the diner from the poster.
These are nice.
Aww.
They do have the...
Look at them. Ugh. I look trash in present day. They always look good no matter where they are.
At the speed.
They're still a good agent.
I guess so.
I know so.
It's gonna take a while to bounce back, I guess.
You're not the only one.
Wasn't her first episode called Bouncing Back?
Is it herself? It's a golden age of innovation.
Is it?
Hmm.
Well, I guess I'm not the only one around here who needs a little pick-me-up.
She looks so good.
Coulson took the idea of the guy we have in that tent, and for Simmons we had to get a little creative.
Show me. I'm here for Coulson and Simmons undercover, just like season 1. Wow.
It's an honor. Right this way, Miss Carter.
Oh my god, I love it. Ah.
That's way too much, Maggie.
Oh, I love that so much. She gets to be like her idol.
It might be able to knock out every electronic gadget within 30 feet.
Give me an hour, I'll save them decades.
This is Achilles.
That arrogance is putting lives at risk.
That's so, mamacita.
Oh my god. Punch him in the face.
How many fingers am I holding up? No, you're wrong.
You didn't give me a chance.
It was 2 fingers. Thank you.
Gemma's having the time of her life.
John Wayne.
Haven't you ever made a sacrifice for someone you love?
Yes.
Oh no.
Moist. Moist. Please stop. Moist.
Yeah, you're good.
What is happening? This might be the best scene ever. Oh. Yeah.
Science team arrived?
Here he is.
Yeah, they brought a S.H.I.E.L.D. dame along. British.
Oh no!
She got racist. You catch your name? Carter. Peggy Carter. You know her?
Could say that. No. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Maybe next time you feel you have to make a tough call, don't put it on me to commit a murder.
An agent has to take orders, and it isn't always fun.
Look, I'm not the guy that you met in the lighthouse. Not anymore. And I don't want to be.
Deke.
I know.
I would die for Deke. Oh, I think he's gonna see Peggy.
Agent Carter.
In the flesh.
Oh, I don't think so.
You work at the old SSR office.
I'm in charge of it.
Oh fuck. Nice to meet you too.
I suppose you'll be arresting me now.
That poor innocent turtle just trying to turn itself over, but it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping. Why?
How would you even think I would do such a thing?
Oh no.
What kind of a sick man are you?
No. It's okay. You passed.
Oh boy.
Arrest that man, whoever he is. Arrest? Agent Sousa. Wow. You could go talk to him.
Oh yes, please, please.
Look, I know I got away with words. Some might even call it the gift of gab.
Nobody ever said.
Why me? I have zero shield training. This? Okay. Stupid white privilege.
Keep those two in holding and give me everything.
And that's the tea.
Now can you shut the door?
Look at her. Wow.
Be rude, but
This is gonna be everything.
it doesn't work.
That's right, Ivan. Yeah, run back to the Urals.
This guy. Ugh.
So Helios is
I hope he gets rope burn.
We need to call in the cavalry. Well, that's what we call me.
Yeah.
Isn't she still an unfeeling killbot?
It's exactly what we're facing. Might be exactly
That's true. I'm so proud of Deke. Oh. No. No. It's just nasty, isn't it? Yes!
Either do this with me or not at all.
Sorry, Sousa.
I'm a fan.
He really is! We're the good guys, I swear!
Oh god. What's going on? Still can't... Oh god, what's happening? Oh my god.
I'll get you out. Calm down, it's okay.
She's having a panic attack.
Whatever it is, you can tell me.
Does it look like I want to talk about it?
Well, let's go. Maybe we can catch her.
And what the hell happened to you, huh? How come you weren't able to catch her when she was running away?
Do I look like I want to talk about it?
Oh man. She's still having like PTSD or something maybe from dying.
Now, what kind of commies are you?
I can explain.
Long time coming.
Just rather not.
Everyone is like hilarious in this one.
Working on it.
Take her down. Unlimited power! Yeah, that's not great.
They're evacuating. You need to leave.
Uh-oh. Chronicle.
Daisy! 2 chronocoms. Good to know.
Yes! Don't you dare, Mrs. Yes! Oh no. That's rude. That's Daniel Sousa.
Here we go.
Come on. Oh. Night night. Ah yes, this again. Ew. I feel bad for the cleaning staff.
Good guess, huh?
Well, he didn't melt, so...
Well, the next time we abduct you, you will be... crew. I saw their spaceship! I'm pretty sure they were communists. From the future.
That'd be a good episode title. Okay, first of all, apologies if you can hear like any sound around me. Dad's tinkering downstairs, and it's also just started pissing it down. So there we go. But man, amazing, amazing episode. Season 7 is just on fire. I loved this one. I loved getting to see like this new time period, and the new logo was so good, and just the 50s vibe was great, and everyone rocking all these different outfits and stuff. So much fun. You can just tell how much fun they're having with this season. And all the different kind of character pairings and interactions. It's just, it still blows my mind that a show in its 7th season is still so consistently good. Like, that so rarely happens, and I love that, and just makes me sad that this is going to be it after this season. Even more sad, because just this whole season's been so great so far, and let's not think that we only have 10 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. left, shall we? Because then I'll just fall into a bottomless pit that I'll never escape from. But yeah, this was fantastic. I liked how they kind of continued to add to the lore of the Chronicons. So we had that Cam from Bones, is how I know her, the actress at the start. Like a predictor or something, I think they called her, something like that. So seeing like these new types of Chronicons, I think that's a good way of keeping them interesting. If they add different layers to them like that. Because I think just on their own, maybe the Chronicons aren't like the most interesting villains we've had, but the fact that we're following them through different time periods and we're introducing different types of them, so we're always seeing them like disguised as different things and different people and different identities, I think that really helps kind of keep things very fresh and interesting. And the idea that we don't exactly know when and who the Chronicons are going to show up and be puts us in like this very same position as the team, so I really like that. And they're clearly like very capable fighters and things like that, and they came very close to succeeding in this episode too. So yeah, I'm enjoying them as like a threat, and I look forward to seeing maybe even more layers be added later on. It might be kind of a situation like season 6, where it seemed like Sarge and his crew were going to be like the big villains, and then Izel kind of appeared around halfway through. She became like the big bad really at the end of the season. Maybe it's going to be a similar sort of situation here, and the Chronicons are kind of the least of our worries. I don't know yet. So yeah, for now I'm really liking them as like a threat and antagonists. I think they're pretty interesting so far. And I do think like they're just nonchalant, kind of straight-faced attitudes to things and expressionless kind of beings. Kind of an interesting parallel to what's happening with May, and then how this episode kind of almost broke that with her as well. She seemed to have like a panic attack with the gas and everything, and oh man, I felt so bad for her there. And speaking of that, it was kind of cool to see May back out in the field. I love the team up with her and Yo-Yo working together. I am very excited for these different pairings that they can do in this final season. Seeing Gemma and MD Coulson together was great. Seeing Gemma and Daisy work together a bit there. We had a bit of Deacon Mac at the end. Deacon Daisy had a scene. So many different kind of pairings, and I love that they can experiment with that, because we're not going to get much more of a chance. So they really are focusing on, there's a lot of plot so far this season, but it is like having such a direct impact on our characters that I think it works really well, because it's kind of also about our characters. It's not just like a plot that's happening alongside it. So yeah, really enjoying all the different pairings. Seeing May's kind of expressionless kind of way slightly kind of fall away. when she has that kind of panic attack. I'm assuming she has some kind of, after effects and PTSD after the whole experience dying at Sarge's hands. And that's kind of coming back, and it's going to be maybe something she needs to kind of fight through and deal with, in a similar situation to Yo-Yo not being able to use her powers quite yet. A lot of people are struggling with different kind of things so far this season, and I'm really excited to see where they're going to take that with May and Yo-Yo and their struggles in particular. And I think those two had like the biggest kind of obstacles in this episode, because obviously they could have stopped that Chronicom lady there and then if Yo-Yo's powers were working, but they weren't. So still very intrigued as to exactly why that is. I love that Yo-Yo kind of opened up to Mac about that it wasn't working near the start. Very excited to see them kind of explore that a bit more and what's going on with those two. And I liked that those two were the characters like paired together in like the final battle of the episode. And they're the two that are like having a lot of struggles to deal with in this episode. So that was really great. And the scene in the diner at the start with Mac and Yo-Yo I really enjoyed, where she was opening up to him. He was trying to like compliment her arms, as you do. Mac's an arms person. Really good stuff there. And Mac scolding Daisy and Deke at the start I did enjoy, because he's the director, he needs that respect, and Daisy did kind of go against their whole deal in the last episode. And I love Daisy, but it wasn't the best call getting Deke to try and shoot Freddy. And I love that Deke kind of stood up for himself there as well, and kind of confronted her about it and said, you shouldn't have put that on me. And I loved, I'm not the person you met in the lighthouse anymore, and I don't want to be. Yes, I love Deke so much. I really enjoyed that, and Mac calling him an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was great, and his kind of use of interrogation tactics. I love how timely was it, like the white privilege kind of reference after everything that's going on in the world. Like, just shows Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a show we need when they do stuff like that. Because even in this time period, and they did kind of, with that jerky guy they had to interrogate, they showed a lot of the views of the time. And then alongside that we have Mac being a badass, capable leader. We have May and Yo-Yo, fighting through their own personal demons to try and win the day. So still being so badass and everything. It's just, I love it. I love this show. So that was great. And yeah, I really enjoyed Deke kind of standing up for himself against Daisy there. Because he has come a long way, I think, and he isn't the person we met in season 5. Because I hated Deke when we first met him. I was like, oh my god, just kill this guy. He's so awful and annoying and mean when he turned Daisy in and everything. But he's come such a long way, and I love that they mentioned in this episode, season 5, episode 10, when he thought he was going to die when Enoch like exploded and everything, and then obviously he was just sent back to present day, and I was like, I hope Deke's not dead. I didn't want Deke to die. I remember being really sad about that, because he'd won me over by that point in the season. And now he's literally one of my favourites. So I love their focus on that, and him interrogating the guy and managed to get some good intel out of it. He's a very, very capable guy. I love that they're exploring that a lot more this season than him just being kind of the guy who's filed all these patents and stuff like that. A lot of development there for him that I'm really enjoying. And alongside that we had Daisy kind of going undercover working with Sousa, and it was so great to see him. Man, I think we'll get more, and I'm excited to see a lot more of that as well. But it was so cool to see him again, and when he thought Peggy was going to be there, so he was like sorting out his appearance. And it breaks my heart that things, clearly didn't go well with those two, but with Endgame and everything, it's a muddle. We don't know what timeline we're even in anymore, so I'm just going to roll with it. But yeah, so cool to see him. Daisy pretending to be CIA was great as well. She was really capable in that role. And just Sousa kind of smelling all these rats and then still trying to fight the Chronicoms at the end. He's clearly kind of been embroiled in something, maybe not in a way he's had to deal with for quite some time since Agent Carter. But yeah, it's just such a delight to see him again. And I think even if you haven't watched Agent Carter, you'd get the idea of who this guy was. Because they even mentioned, former partner of Peggy Carter, he's like the head of the SSR now. And the fact that he saw straight through Gemma's disguise, obviously that's not Peggy. It was just great to see him, and I hope we get a lot more with him, because it was so much fun having him around for this episode. And then Coulson and Gemma, I loved them pairing up together. It reminded me a lot, was it the episode called Tracks, I think, when they went undercover on the train in season 1. And Gemma, she excels at preparation. She had all that, you know, the undercover thing with them there. I feel like Coulson was wearing like similar glasses in that undercover thing as well. And now here, they're kind of together again. I know it's the L&D, but it's Coulson. And some really funny moments with them interrogating the scientists. I loved Coulson kind of geeking out when he saw Sousa. He was like, oh my god, I'm a big fan. That was great. And just seeing Gemma get to be Peggy Carter was everything I didn't know I needed. You know, she's often expressed a lot of hype and love and adoration for Peggy in previous seasons. So the fact that she gets to like actually go undercover as her and pretend to be her was so good. I was like really happy for her to get that moment where she could be like someone she's idolised for so long. So that was great. And then when you bring Sousa into that mix and you're like, oh my god, the cover's blown. It was great. So I loved the pairing of those two, just kind of interrogating people. That was really fun. There was some huge stakes in this episode, but it just felt so fun. And you could tell everyone was having a great time. And it was just brilliant. I loved this episode so much. Season 7 is off to a flying start. 3 for 3, I think. They've hit it out of the park, all 3 episodes this season for me so far. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do next with this time period and the Chronicom threat and when are we going to get Fitz? I know I keep going on about it, but I miss him. But regardless, great stuff with some great character moments. I loved Deke in this episode. I mean, I loved everyone and all their little struggles, but we had some really nice development with Deke. I loved Gemma and Coulson. That pairing and going undercover was great. The May and Yo-Yo stuff's really interesting too. Them tackling kind of the racist kind of views of the time and everything. Really great stuff. I adored this episode. I'm adoring this season. And yeah, can't wait to see what they're going to do next. But until my next reaction, thanks for watching.